All right. So let's get this going.
What's up?
Everyone has a unique gift, and Mike and Diana, host of the 1NELife podcast, believe that most people don't know how to use their gifts or what they are. Mike and Diana want you to see things from a different perspective and be true to yourself. The 1NELife podcast unites the world through art, fashion, music, and film. It inspires, motivates, and creates positive energy, love, and compassion to all communities and creates an equal playing field for all. On the 1NELife podcast, they cover topics like building relationships, overcoming adversity, habits of healthy people, and much, much more. We only have one life to live. Be yourself and live your truth. Add the 1NELife podcast to your playlist. That's the number 1NELife. Available on Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Podcast, and your favorite podcast platform.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to the 1NELife podcast. I am Mike Reed, M to the I to the C, and always I got my lovely co-host, the beautiful Diana from Socialholics. We are in the building, you guys, and I have my boy, Karaoke KJ Johnathon, in the house with us, you guys.
Yeah.
So let's talk about it. If you're feeling down, you want to talk, you have anything that's on your mind, you want to get something off your chest, if you want to vent, if you want to just spread some good vibe to your people, to your community, hit us up at 747-999-8021. Again, 747-999-8021. Or follow us on IG. My IG brand is a 1NELife brand. Diana's is Socialholic TV. Hit us up, follow us, leave us a message. Diana loves to sing to you guys on her messages, so hit us up.
Singagram.
Singagram, that's right. We're going to do it. We're going to do it all.
I'll do birthdays, whatever you need. I'll come to your house. Balloon. No.
So let's check in with Diana. Diana, what's going on in the AV? Where should people be at in the AV today with the Socialholic experience?
Well, not today, but this coming week we have our cocktails and convo that we talked about it last week, but
That's
I'm so excited. Our RSVPs are already coming in, so if you are planning on coming, please RSVP. There will be complimentary appetizers from Zelda's, and you know their food's amazing. And so we're just going to have some really fun things. We're going to have some Instagram contests, so if you're not following Zelda's, follow them. And then we're going to do a hashtag and another game. So I'm so excited.
What else is going on this weekend?
I don't know.
What?
Ooh, I know what's going on.
Wait a minute.
I know what's going on. It's a special occasion.
Oh, my birthday?
Rare. It's very rare. It's very rare. It doesn't.
What's up, Diana? Happy birthday to our lovely co-host, Diana. It is her birthday.
Thank you.
And she having a big celebration. She's been celebrating since Wednesday.
Man, I believe it.
It's not ending until July 31st, so I take the whole month, y'all, because I didn't celebrate birthdays until I was an adult. So now I got to make up for lost time. And that's what I need. Oh, my God. Did you get me a gift?
Yes, I did. This is for you. Happy birthday. And I had to do
alcohol?
this live on the show.
How do you know?
Oh, but you got to open it.
I'm going to open it. Look at, he's got fancy ribbon.
Oh, yeah. No, he really put some time into this.
Oh, you saw it?
I mean,
No, I didn't. But I see the...
See, I got nails. This is
because... Just pull it out. Just pull it out.
Yay! Thief and Barrel, my peach mango. Thank you.
I know that's your favorite. Yeah, absolutely. Shout out to Thief and Barrels. They got the best wine in the AV.
It is. This is bomb. Have you had some?
No, actually.
Oh my
Thief
gosh.
and Barrel.
It is amazing. So it's peach mango. It's a sparkling wine because they can't say champagne, right? It has to be a certain. It's delicious.
Yeah, so
I don't like to share. So.
shout out to Thief and Barrel. Shout out to Diana. It's her birthday month, you guys. So we definitely want to do something special today for her.
Thank you. I appreciate this.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, come on, man.
I know we was bringing gifts. I would have brought a gift.
Oh, you have the whole month.
I feel bad.
I'm sorry, but
very bad.
I do things special.
You have the whole month, Jonathan. Don't worry about it.
Like, I have my whole life.
Multiple days.
You could just drop off gifts.
Come on, you know she's gonna be. You know she's gonna be at some karaoke party today. Today, tomorrow.
Well, with a voice like Diana's, I mean, I wouldn't stop her from going to any type of event or anywhere.
You know the AV Country Club is doing karaoke tonight. You might have some competition.
Okay, no, the country club is always it's a different type of crowd, and I enjoy that. I enjoy the different atmospheres. I just love karaoke.
I think it's cool because it gets you trying new songs. right? So, like, when I go to a karaoke joint, I know, Mike, you're the same way. I have to feel the vibe, what the vibe is. Am I going to do R&B tonight? Am I doing country? Am I doing some acid rock? No, I'm just kidding.
Right.
But like, what am I doing?
This is true, though.
Yeah.
This is true, because I've been in certain crowds where I've done songs I've never tried ever. I tried 4 Non Blondes, What's Up? I've never, like, even listened to that song.
How'd you do it?
As far as my genre of music that I listen to. But that particular song, I've heard someone sing, and it made such an influence on me that I remembered the song.
Oh, that's awesome.
So that's why when I did it, I was like, oh, okay. And they were like, oh, you did a good job. I was like, that's my first time. I never did that. But, I mean,
that's
it's
so
got to be able to adapt to the crowd.
Right. No, absolutely. And that actually brings us to our topic today. So today we're going into the community, you guys, and we spotlighting a leader, a pillar in a community. And that's what we do here at the One Life podcast, to show our support to small businesses and to individuals who possess empathy, the ability to inspire, and strong communication skills and pride in their community. Someone who is an effective leader and problem solver. They get people to work together towards a common goal, the focus on building effectiveness, the ability to get things done. One of the AV's top karaoke DJs, y'all, is in the elevator with y'all, and we are going to the top floor, you guys. We have KJ Johnathon in the building with us, you guys. What's up, man? How you doing today?
I'm all right, man.
Man, thank you for joining us today.
Oh, it's no problem. It's no problem. I thought I was going to get lost on you.
No, come on, man.
Yeah. I saw all the nice houses. I'm like, oh, man.
Nice house to see. Now you trying to, you spreading rumors. I live in a normal neighborhood. I don't live in some, like, rich community. See how rumors start?
Nah, it's just a little different from my little community.
Come on, man. But no, you know what? Diane and I, have always, gave you praise and always talk about you because, and I say you one of the top karaoke DJs in the AV because, to me, and this is my personal opinion, I think you're the best. And that's no shade on anybody else. I want to shout out to my girl, KJ Latifah, because she's super dope as well. I just met her, maybe a month ago. Mm-hmm. But I've known you for 3 years now. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I am kind of biased to the situation, right? Mm-hmm. So I can say that.
Oh, much love to Latifah. Shout out to Latifah.
No,
she's awesome. She has an amazing voice.
Right.
I've actually sang with her a couple times. Mm-hmm. She's a great person.
Right. And this is why, we definitely wanted you on the show and talk to you and like spotlight you as an individual in this community of the Antelope Valley, because you've always been like that. You've always been, since day one I met you, dude, you had the same energy and you kept it throughout all these years, dude. Mm-hmm. Like, I love your energy. I love your humanitarianship. You always come with, a smile on your face to work every day, no matter what the situation is. You get the party going. Mm-hmm. And you're so versatile, too. Like, that's why I actually.
Spanish.
Yeah, I mean, he be trying to show off, though. Like, he get up in there and start doing Spanish songs, like.
And it's crazy because I'm so nervous about it. But I went to Mexico and I actually was able to entertain a crowd for quite a bit. They bought me drinks and stuff. I had people taking me to, wanted to hop in the car. Oh, come over here and visit my family. I'm like, no.
I do not want to get abducted.
This is my first time in Mexico.
Right.
No, thank you.
Were you there for work or pleasure?
Just strictly to have a good time.
So pleasure, and then you just started singing, and that was it. You became a celebrity.
It was kind of weird. I guess me being the social person that I am, that kind of spread throughout the entire vacation, and I actually got a lot of love. I love the Mexican culture, and I love the people.
That's awesome.
Well, I mean, you get that everywhere, dude. I mean, and I always tell you that, man. Like, when you, are not at work, like this weekend, you wasn't there because you was on vacation. You had to disconnect, and it's well-deserved, right, because you work hard. But when you're not there, like, over the years, I've seen people walk up to the spot and they be like, somebody will be walking out and be like, oh, Johnathon ain't here, and they just turn right back around, like, and that's just facts.
Unless you're there.
Yeah, nobody does. Like, they go for you because we talked about this on one of our last shows with Jeanette about people buy from people, right? Mm-hmm. Well, that's the same scenario in Johnathon's situation. Even though we're not buying nothing to him, but we're supporting him. People support people, not the
you bring
business
a unique
itself.
experience, and a lot of times we're taking time out of our day and our schedule and our life to come and have a good time. And if you're not there, it's a different vibe.
Right.
And I think like, forget this. I'll just go somewhere else. You know.
Yeah.
Right.
No, I try to be approachable, and because when we get in that bar situation, most of the time you're drinking because you're either frustrated, you're tired, or
Celebrating.
you're just having a bad time celebrating, or there's so many different emotions when coming to the bar. It's kind of like you had said, you have to read the room.
Right.
And then you really are able to unite all of that, though, which is a cool thing that happens. That's why we love you so much, is because no matter what people are going through, it all becomes this united feeling of just joy and excitement, and like, oh my God, whether you're singing or you're the audience, you know, we're all having a great time. So.
Well, I try to break that barrier with just putting myself out there, and even if I'm like, I'll do my little cornball songs and have people laugh at me. But at the same time, it opens them up. It's like, all right, look, this dude up there doing this. Yeah. All right, I could get up there and I could do something.
Well, that's why we like karaoke roulette, is because, you know, people get that perception like, oh, they're good, I don't want to go. Like, no, we're not getting paid for this shit. This is just fun. And that's why it's okay when we make mistakes, because it's like, well, dang it, that's not my song. next time we'll do something different.
So tell us about who Johnathon is, because I think that's important. Like, I want to know, because I don't know a lot. I know we've had a couple of sit downs, we had a couple of cool conversations, but I want
big question. I think that should be like kind of narrow it down. Like, who's Johnathon? That's a hard. Yeah, I'd be stuck. Like,
it's not hard.
It is, okay.
Because you
so
should know yourself.
You
should know yourself. You should, just like you should love yourself. You gotta get to know yourself.
I see that.
Come on, man. This is the 1Life podcast. You know, I'm about to go deep with y'all.
All right. So let's say, where are you from?
I'm from Mississippi. I'm from the South.
I just found out yesterday that if you say it a certain way, then that means that you're not, like, you have to say it. You have to spell it out. You don't want to say Mississippi. You have to say MISS. There's some kind of slang. If you're from the South, there's a way to say it.
Well, everybody has their different way to kind of, put certain things. Like, if you say California outside of Cali, you say Cali. Oh, I'm from Cali.
Yeah,
like,
to me, that's corny. Like, when people say I'm from Cali.
Yeah.
Because I'm from the West Coast. I'm from here. It's like, that's so Hollywood. To me, that's so Hollywood. Like, Cali. I'm from Cali. Like, fuck out here.
All right.
But there's so many individuals outside of Cali who are so just never left their town, and they are not aware of the full California.
Right.
All they know is that Cali. That's it. They know a mind frame when it comes to that. Like, it's not they're not really aware of where exactly that is and all of that stuff. They just.
Okay, so how long you been out here?
Since elementary.
Okay, but you still have that Southern hospitality. That's definitely in you.
Well, I got family. I mean,
right.
I got Southern family, Southern roots. My brother's from Texas. My mom's from Mississippi. Grandma from Mississippi. I don't really know my father's side of the family, but my mom's side of the family, it's all South.
And they all out here with you?
No.
But they came out here. So you came out here by yourself?
My mom's military, so she used to travel a lot. That's how I ended up this way. More opportunities for me in school. I was a little nerd, a little advanced. Tested into a good school. Tested out of high school. Was going to quit the whole thing, but I mean, I still ended up going that route.
What branch of the military was your mom in?
Army.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank her for her service.
Oh, yeah.
Certainly appreciate it. But see, and this is what I'm saying. That's why I say, like, I want to know who Johnathon is, because I actually didn't know that. Like, so now I understand, like, where you get your hospitality from, where you get your mannerisms from. Like, that plays a big role in it.
My pride, the way I carry myself, the way I treat other people, it comes from the structure that I've received from my parents.
Exactly.
Is your mom still here, like in this area, or did she move?
No, they're all down south. She bought some land. She got her a degree from out here. She took everything she could from California, went back down south, and is making the best living she possibly can. Right. TV in every room, and she doesn't watch TV. Horrible.
Yeah, what a waste.
Yeah, let me get one of these, Mom.
Yeah, I need a
For the record.
Hilarious.
So why did you stay here?
My son.
Okay.
My son was the main reason.
And how old is he?
He's 14.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Oh,
No.
how's that? Because I have a 15-year-old and it's no fun.
It's horrible, but at the same time,
It's amazing, but it's awful.
yeah. No, at the same time, you know, he's humbled me in ways that I didn't think I necessarily needed to be humbled. When it came to certain things, like we were at Chuck E. Cheese. I tell this story all the time. We were at Chuck E. Cheese. We're doing all the games and stuff. The guy leaves the machine open. The tickets are right there. So it's a stack like this of long bands of tickets. It's like at least 2,000-3,000 tickets. I'm like, hey, go get those tickets. He's like, no, those aren't mine.
Oh, my goodness.
What?
Who raised you?
Thank you. Can you go get those, please? And he did not get them. He waited. He went and told the guy. I was like, man, son, I respect that. You know, I'm not going to influence you to get that mind frame of where, I got to take this. But you're already in a whole nother mind frame of where I don't need to take that. That's not mine. I'm about to go play some more games.
Right.
Win me some tickets. He's a different individual, and he's shown me so many things. So I've learned from him as well as.
That's dope.
Awesome.
That's solid.
They humble you for sure.
So I remember when I first met you, you told me a story about your nephews, right?
Yes.
I don't know if you want to talk about that, but that was very inspiring to me. Just how you kind of took over because of the situation.
Well, so let me put this in perspective. As far as nephews and nieces, I consider them my nephews and nieces because out here, literally, as far as bloodline, the only family I have is my son. My baby mama, her brother was a close friend of mine. And he had multiple kids, 5 kids, and he ended up passing away. Like I said, we ended up popping up on him, showed up at his house, and his kids was there, and it was just a whole thing when he passed away. And so I've tried to be in the kid's life, you know, when I can.
A father figure.
Well, see, that's what I tell, because the youngest likes to misconstrue that and tried to call me dad or pop or whatever. I'm not for that, because you should know your father. This is your father. Let me show you a picture of your father. Let me tell you a story about this man. As a matter of fact, let's all get together on his birthday and let's go visit this site. Let's go do these things, so then you can be aware of that and not put these misguided faith in all of these people in the world, because you can't trust everybody. Like even myself, I want you to know, you know, if I'm not worthy and I'm not doing the right things by you, then X me out of your life too. No, don't have me. Come on, we gotta do better.
But I think that's so important, especially in a young man's life, because without his biological father around, he has someone, a male role model. And even if you don't want to take the role on as a father, you're still a father figure in that respect, that you're teaching him those very important aspects to life. Like, hey, I'm not your dad, but if he was here, this is how he would want to see you in progress in life. And I'm here to make sure that you have somebody that has your back like that. And that's amazing, Jonathan.
No, absolutely, and it just shows a sign of respect that he does that. But I love the fact that you are saying, like, you know, this is your dad. Like, know your dad, even though he's not here with us, and that's very important too, because I no one did that to me, you know, for my mom. And you know that's kind of sad, but I respect.
These are things.
That's why I am the way I am.
Yeah,
even
you know,
as adults, we still deal with these things, these traumas from childhood, and these things that we go through throughout our lives, where it still affects us to this day, and we haven't properly learned how to just process it.
No, you know what, and yeah, I mean, because all my life, I had this one picture of my mom, one single picture, right? And it was at Disneyland when she was actually pregnant with me. And that's the only, but no one ever told me about it. No one, like, I don't know her favorite color. I don't even know her birthday. Like, I know nothing about her. And so all these years.
Like she was erased.
Right. Like, I don't have nothing. Like, but so it's dope that you do that, man. I think that's important. Like, people should, instead of, you know, someone growing up wondering, like, oh, well, you know, because everybody always talk about the mom, especially like on Mother's Day and all that. And it's like, well, I ain't got nothing. Like, and actually, I don't even know where the picture is no more, to be honest with you. Yes,
no,
I have nothing.
I tell them all the time, especially football season. Like, these sorry Cowboys. I hate the Cowboys. That was your dad's favorite team. I hate the Cowboys. It's the Saints. And then, but we had that rivalry. We had that love. That was just the love of the sport and the things we used to do. So it's not. We kind of passed it on to the little ones because they still have their rivalries and things like that. But
no, but that's super dope, man. I love that.
But I think that's what makes you a great person, and also why you are in the field you're in, because you're a very caring person. I mean, that's very apparent. It just bleeds through your pores. And that's why the type of work you put yourself in is very similar. I think it's selfless.
I try. I haven't been this way all my life.
Well, it's a journey, though.
Not all the way not guilty.
No,
but
obviously we all have our past and our history, but that's why we are today, and we've learned. And I think that your mindset is more on a elevated, you know, type of mindset where you're. Am I blocking the pictures?
No, I just wanted to make sure the camera wasn't blocking his face.
No, pretty tall, man.
It's like we're trying to say I'm short. No, but so what do you do? What is your profession for those audience that don't know who you are?
So I do a lot of social work. Recently, I was working with the local shelter, Volunteers of America, homeless shelter, running the program, the shelter coordinator, managing staff and getting new clients in and managing difficult clients and things of that nature.
Have you personally been homeless?
Before? Yes. I've been homeless probably twice throughout my life. Once individually and once with my mom. As a family, me, my brother, and my mom.
And how is that what made you want to somewhat, I guess, give back to the community when you were in that position? Yes. It's because you understand possibly what some people are feeling, or how they're what maybe have led them to that state at that time in their life.
Well, I don't believe I'm up here and can leave my hand down and pull you up. I don't think I'm on that pedestal. I consider myself, I'm down here, we're all down here. Let's find a way to get up there. We can plan this out. We're actually human beings. We could do this. So it's not that I'm better than anyone else. I just seen my mom develop a strength and develop a mindset to where this ain't gonna break me. This is not gonna break me. The ancestors before me, they had it even harder than this. This is never gonna stop me from doing what I need to do and putting my best foot forward. So I try to put, like, you don't have to give up. That's not the end of the world. Like, I understand we got through all this stuff, and it's a lot of world drama and
things out of your hand sometimes that you just
it's a lot of stress. That's fine. But at the same time, don't lose yourself. Don't lose yourself. Grab yourself up by the shoestrings and actually walk that path if you need to.
But see, I mean, it's very humble that you even say that. But I mean, I personally think, you know, you went through your struggles, right? So in a sense,
I still struggle,
right? But you're still going through. We all are. We all have our own individual process, right? We all are in some type of process, right? Yeah. But you, in a way, you're kind of in your own process, but you're far along in the process to where you may not be up here and something reaching down for somebody. You may have came back down and said, "Hey, I found a way. So now come back with me." Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, you came back down and you're helping people because you've already been through a lot of stuff. So it's not to say that you're way up here, you know, because we all do that. Cause
I don't feel like any of us ever. I mean, I know personally me, and I know that you're the same way. We don't ever feel we're above people or we're better at all. No. And we just have gone through situations, and we've maybe seen that light at the end of the tunnel and we're like, oh, we figured out. So now when I see someone else going through something I went through, I'm like, hey, let me tell you what I went through and how this helped me. I don't know if it's going to be the same for you, but, you know, it doesn't hurt to try it, right?
Right, it's a guide.
Now,
you know, use it as a guide.
And that's why it's important. I think what's amazing is you've found your gift, whether you realize you found it or not, is you found it and you actually, your heart is so deep in that, and that's amazing.
It's crazy because I was having this conversation last night about my versatility and this whole karaoke thing and whether or not I should really just, because I'm going back to school, I'm doing the child development thing. I'm thinking even about changing my career, maybe becoming a teacher type of thing, because I've loved working with kids. I work with kids. I worked with even the homeless program. We had the homeless youth program where we reach out to the community, got different individuals donating bikes for homeless kids,
nice.
getting them back in school, getting them some money type of thing. And, you know, so I've always been involved with children. And I want some stability in life. And this is what I was talking about, like as much versatility and everything, and as diverse as I am, I need stability. Because, you know, as much as I like to help,
if you don't.
As much as I like to help people, I like to be stable myself. I would love to be in a position to be comfortable.
Because when
myself.
you are more stable, and I say this because I don't think my life is ever a stable position, and there's always what the hell happened, you know. But I feel like I'm definitely in a better position I am now than I was 10 years ago, and better than I was 20 years ago. You know, so I think we always progress, and I think that you are already on that journey of like, no, I need to educate myself more. I need to change things, and it's okay. It's okay to say, okay, well, this worked for this long, but now it's time for me to move on. Yeah. And it's okay to be, I always say if it's not happening, it's an experience, right? Nothing's a failure.
Right.
It's just another experience. And that's what's going to mold you into the person you're going to be in 5 years and 10 years. And you're going to look back and be like, I needed to go through all these other things so that I am this amazing person I am today. But it doesn't stop there. You're still going to be learning and evolving 5-10 years from there. And it's just going to you're always going to be, that's okay. And I think that's amazing. That's the
day you stop learning, the day you stop progressing is the day you're no longer here on earth.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because it's just the way.
So if you're going to school for child development, let's say you graduate tomorrow, what is the next step?
So there's so many different things.
If they said to you right now, Johnathon, you're going to graduate tomorrow, and any job that you want is at your disposal, what job do you absolutely want?
Well, my dream job has always been radio. Always.
And you know what?
Since I was a child listening to Big Boy and who else was it? I think it was Felly Fell and Power 106. It's been quite a Theo. Yeah. Theo, the smoothest voice, talk the draws off of women. I love that. I love that.
I want to talk draws off of women.
Man, life goals.
But see,
the truth comes out.
but see, so here,
I can't even say what I was going to say because that's just wrong. Let me just keep moving. Keep it moving. God damn it. That's the after dark shit.
I know. But here's the thing. I truly believe, and I've had these conversations with you. You found your gift, right? Whether because it's all kind of in the same thing, karaoke, DJ, you know, on the radio, you know, a mic in front of you, right? And it's great that you're going to school, right? But I see it as you found your gift, you know what you want to do, and just that school is just going to enhance, like, you know, whatever you choose to do. Maybe it is radio, maybe it's kids radio, maybe it's a show for kids, you know. You don't know, but you can take that education and all that knowledge that you're getting now and apply it to that, because radio, KJing, DJing, that's a huge platform that you can use to inspire kids, right? So I do truly believe you found your gift. Now it's all about shaping it and moving forward with it.
This is true.
Because you realize, like, if you, let's say you had a podcast and it was literally helping kids in school, they don't teach kids how to apply for jobs. They don't teach kids how to file taxes. They don't teach kids about communication. And that's just in general, communicating with the public, communicating with friends, communicating with family, communicating with, you know, your spouse or your stepmother.
We got to have adult of those classes too, because I know some adult folks who might need those.
Absolutely. But that's the thing. That's your outlet. Like your radio, you love helping people and helping kids. Like that's just a no-brainer where that's going to end up for you if you truly want that.
But and you're right about that. But I'm going to explain something to you about the difference between kids and adults, right? So I'm reading this book right now, and it talks about the family system. When we're babies and we're growing up, we are a part of the we system. So if you grew up with your aunt, your uncle, and your neighbor helped you, and whoever else helped you, that's who you literally are, because all you doing is feeding off the knowledge that they're giving you until you become an adult and start becoming the I system, right? And now you're developing into your own I system, right? So as far as adults, absolutely 100%, there's a lot of adults that need it. But once you become an adult, it is your choice now if you want it or not. Someone can't teach you. Someone can't force you. Someone can't tell you, hey, go do this, right? But as a child, and this is why I love working with children, because they still part of that we system. And if I can get in there and kind of correct some things and show them a different path, then they're growing up with that, oh, I'm going to be an I system now. I want to get out of this we system. And not saying a we system, like if you have great parents or, great foundation is good. But if you have, individual, like we all know those children that shouldn't be in some certain homes, right? They're part of a we system that is horrible. And those are the kids that I'm trying to target and show them a different path. Like, hey, you don't have to hang out in the street. You don't have to just hang out in the park and drink all day, smoke weed all day. Yeah. Like, there's a different way.
Yeah, because I know them out here.
I know.
They be out here banged out. Speaking of that, I know one of the youth from one of the programs that I saw the other day. He did so good, and then I saw him on the streets on drugs, and it like
affects you.
Right.
So depressing.
Yeah.
It threw off the whole day. I was angry. But at the same time, it's like, man, this is the reality. This is where I live.
Yeah.
Like, I know they sell drugs across the street or down the street or wherever it may be. And I know I see them all day, every day. And these are the same people I tried to help.
But what is the solution? What could have been the solution for that guy, that young man?
Get out of the area.
Yeah, and I talk about this all the time. You need to change your environment, because if your environment is not supporting you and helping you and uplifting you and helping you, then you need to change that. You need to get out of that environment and go somewhere else, or those are the consequences that happen, and it's unfortunate.
True, but it leads back to that we in our system.
The we system, right?
Because he wasn't in that we stage; he was in the I stage. And feeling as though,
And it's sad when kids feel like that when they're young and they still feel that nobody's there for them.
Right.
But I was just reading something, and this really goes towards the minority, but especially the African American community, where it's talked about and it's revered to go into sports, to go into football and basketball and being a rap artist or sell drugs. So that's what's really pushed on our minority community. Where other communities, it's pushed to be a doctor, be a lawyer. And that's what the change needs to be. It needs to be us telling our kids, my son including, because he's Hispanic, you don't have to go into construction. You don't have to do this or that. You can go and be an attorney, be a lawyer, be a doctor, be an investor. And that's what needs to be taught to these kids. It's like there's no limits just because of your color or your community or your environment. You can get into the things, and it's finding these kids that are good at a young age, finding them and saying, oh, you know what, you're really good at like critical thinking. You need to be in this field, and molding them. And that's what schools don't do these days. They teach you this general education. They throw a bunch of crap at them that's not going to be used in life, but there's no real skills. And that's what I'm saying to you. You have this ability where you love radio, you have an outlet, you have a great relationship with some of these kids. You could change the life, and even if it's just one life, that's huge. Huge. And teaching kids like, hey, if you are good at, architect, drawing, let me show you and give you the tools you need to get to where you need to be in life. What a life changer. Yeah. You know what I mean? And that's what, unfortunately, this community, we don't have so many people like you. We don't have enough. True. There's millions of kids, and there's only a handful of people that are willing to really get involved and help it.
Yeah, and even with the African American community, like I was speaking on just last night, we can't even say hello to each other.
Right.
I literally was on my way here, stopped at the gas station. Black guy was walking into the McDonald's or whatever it was. And as he was walking up, I said, "Hey, how you doing?" And he took offense. He immediately got into this defensive pose and ball fists up and everything. And I'm like, I'm just asking how you doing, man. Here, held the door open for him. Have a blessed day, brother. Oh, you too. Like, okay.
That's so sad.
Yeah, but you didn't have to be aggressive in that form, but I mean, that barrier of us even developing communication amongst us is something that needs to be broken.
It's
in
crazy
order
how,
to have those in order to have that conversation of, hey, you know what, we don't need to do sports. We can do more than this.
Yeah.
You know what, I know a friend, he does this and this does this, where these barriers have to be broken. You have to be able to.
But you know what? I mean, but what you did was great, because I do that all the time, and half the times I don't get a response. You know, because I'm always like, "Hey, how you doing?" To do male, female, whatever. You know, even when it's brothers like that, because I've done that. I always say, "Hey, bro, how you doing?" But the great thing about what we do when we're doing that is we're planting the seed. They might not get it right then and there. Later on today, he might be like, "Damn, that brother was cool." Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah.
It might act like a fool, and he was so cool.
Right. It might spark something later. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And it might make his day just a little bit better.
Well,
you know
that's the whole thought process behind it.
Right.
That's the thought process behind
that's
it.
the thing is, don't stop.
Don't
right?
stop.
You have to keep, even though you get doors slammed in your face, and there's times I've opened doors for people and they don't say thank you, and I'm like, "You're welcome," and then I have to take a step back and be like, you know what? Maybe something's going on in their life.
Sometimes when people, that's one of my biggest pet peeves. I be wanting to grab them and pull them back out and close it. Yeah. Now, open the fucking door yourself. Yeah. But I know that's wrong, but that's just what I be thinking in my head. That's wrong.
Nowadays with the women, nowadays with the women, a lot of women feel like that's, he's trying to get at me. I'm not trying to get at you. I was just being a gentleman. Right. My mama raised me a little better, so I'm trying to.
Oh, they take your kindness to be. Oh, he's a creep. He's a creeper.
This is how I live my life, but.
Hey. And I feel bad for that too, because I know you guys get a lot of bad rap for that, and we're so guarded and we're so damaged women that we don't know a good man when we see one. It's sad. It's like we're not used to it, so we're on guard. And when you're nice, we're like, oh no, this can't be true. There's something, an ulterior motive.
I done checked a bunch of people off in the last couple of months. No, seriously. I think I had this conversation with you a few weeks ago. I said, look, in a few more months, I'm gonna be at a high level. All these other people don't come say hi to me then. Yeah. You should have said hi to me now, but don't come say hi.
No names, but yes.
Yeah.
You know who you are.
Yeah, you know who you are.
Well, we get to that point. We do get to that point.
But don't stop. Don't let us, small-minded, still living through trauma people, don't stop it. And I say that for the talking to another gentleman, I say the talking to a woman. We have to plant the seeds. We have to be the change that the world needs. And that's the suckiest part as leaders and those type of people. We get beat up, but don't stop. That's the key is don't stop. Don't become like the rest.
I was in Mexico looking like a thug. But I got up on that stage and I sung me some Ramon Ayala and some Vicente. I got love from all the old abuelitas and all of them. I was like major love.
And the tortillas.
And that's cool.
Some chips and salsa. They were all complimentary stuff. I was like, man, y'all
treated like a king out there.
Hey, they loved it. They love it.
You love you some Johnathon, huh?
That you got to break down that barrier, because when I first walked in the room, I could perceive all eyes on me. Like, what this black dude doing here? There's nobody else here black. What is he about to do?
You hear a pin drop on the floor.
What is he about to do?
Yeah.
Went up there, signed over my song, and did that. Broke down all the people came over, started to socialize it. It's
maybe you could be like the traveling KJ and just do that everywhere, breaking barriers one city at a time.
Hey, so let me ask, what inspires you?
What inspires me?
Yeah,
people inspire me.
But obviously not the brother that you saw today.
No, that's inspiring. That's inspiring.
Is it?
It does.
Talk about it. I want to hear about that.
Like you said, it plants that seed, because later on he's gonna realize, that dude wasn't tripping. I was tripping. I shouldn't have did that. And then next time he's gonna try it with someone. He's gonna go out there and say, "Hey, how you doing?" And then the response he gets, it continues.
Right.
It continues. So that's the
domino
that's
effect.
the thought. Last night a lady was singing, not the best voice, but But she said she hadn't done this, and she's only done it once in her life. And she was like almost 70, 80. And she had gotten the courage for this night to come up there and do that on stage with me. She got up there. She got nervous. Willie had one of the mics. So then he starts talking on the mic. I'm like, dude, turned off his volume. I'm like, look, man, don't do that while she's singing. And then I went over there, stood with the lady while we sang the song. Because, you know, just to get that courage to stand up there, 80 years old, in the middle of a bar and sing your song, you know.
It's like a bucket list.
Yeah, that's not no like, yeah, I do this all the time. It's not like that. Just she was trying to step outside her support that.
Hell
you should
yeah.
support
She
that.
was having her moment, and
she came back, tipped me the most of the night. She made it a point. She made it a point. And not only that, she said it on the mic and everything. She was, I'll be back. Shook my hand and everything. I was like, oh.
You just changed somebody's life.
right.
No, I don't know about changing life.
No.
The thing is the courage for that.
extremeness.
Some people have dreamt about singing all their life, but they've been, you know, especially women in that age group. Back in the, you know, 40s, 50s, you weren't. That's what you don't do that shit. And to have her, like, that could have been her life goal. And you just created that confidence for her.
I mean,
it's inspiring. Yeah. Like you asked, it's my inspiration.
Right.
Just the fact that she can get up there, do this song. Nobody's listening to you. Nobody knows this song. This is from 1950s. Nobody knows this song. At the same time, you were up there. You were doing your thing. I support that. That's inspirational for me because when I get up there and I'm singing my songs, I like what I like. And, you know, I support everyone else who does the same.
I'm going to say it again, and I've said it a million times to you. You found your gift. I mean, I don't, because I really, you know what? I don't think he realizes the people that he touched. I don't think he does. And that's humble of him.
That's normal, though. Most people don't.
I know, but I watch him. Like, I literally sit there and I watch him. I'm
Can't you see me from my eyes? Can't you see what I see?
That story's amazing. Like, from the people that walk up to Madronos, and this Madronos, I'm going to shout out Madronos because I do hang out there, but, you know. I still have my reservations about it. But.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to Madronos.
Shout out Madronos.
I've been working there 7 years.
And you're loyal to Madronos.
Only black guy in the whole facility. When they walk in there, they say, hey, where's the black guy?
Right.
Hey, it's all good to me. I don't mind. You know me. You're familiar with me. You're
a brand.
Able to approach me. You're able to talk to
say that again.
You're a brand.
Didn't I tell you that? Look, that's not even in my show notes.
It's humbling. It's humble that he doesn't know that.
Right.
That you need to, in order for you to get to the next level, and in order for you to reach higher audience and higher limits for people or higher heights for people, you need to realize that you are a brand.
Right.
And you need to monopolize on that part because that's your next step. And that's in order for you to reach more people, to touch more people's lives, you have to acknowledge that, hey, I don't think I'm like the shit, but I'm confident to know that what I'm doing is making a difference and I'm okay with that and I want to just do more. Yeah. You got to get to that point where you need to realize you're making a difference and you need to do more.
First off, you are the shit. And no, and you're right. You know, it's
confidence.
It's getting into that point. I've been through, it's been the last couple of years, been kind of rough on me. So,
but
you know, it takes a toll.
But I just did a video about that this morning.
It takes a toll.
It's okay. Like you're in the process.
Yeah.
You're in the process. You're where you're supposed to be. Mm-hmm. I literally just did a video about that this morning. And
I haven't watched it yet.
I can't. No, I was about to say a name, but I can't say names on here. But one of your friends actually hit me on IG and was like, "Hey, no, you know what? I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say her name." She hit me on IG and was like, "Hey, I needed to hear that this morning. Thank you. Have a blessed day." That's
you can say that name. That's a good thing. It's the negative you can't say names. I told you this already. If it's positive, you can speak it to the world. It's the negative. I don't want to hear names.
Oh, okay. Well, Bella.
Oh, Crystal. I love her.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say I'll shout out her company, but I mean
Bella
that's
Expressions.
Yeah. Shout out to Bella.
You know Crystal. She comes to karaoke once in a while with me.
I think I know Crystal. Curly hair.
She did. Now she has. Well, it just changes. Now she has straight ponytail, but it's cute. Anyway.
Yeah. So anyway, no, she hit me on IG this morning and was like, "Hey, I needed to hear that. Thank you. Have a blessed day." But see, that's what I'm saying. It's like
you don't know who.
You never know who you're gonna touch, but you do touch a lot of people, dude. Like,
but you need to realize, like, you've dealt with some shit. Okay, I mean, I've been through domestic violence. I've been through a lot of shit. Okay, childhood trauma, and we've not really talked too much heavily into that. But there's definitely some shit in my life. And today I struggle with confidence. I struggle with body image. I struggle with my own just self-love. And that's, like, I think going to be a forever thing for everybody, or just, you know, for me especially. I know I wake up and I'm like, okay, I have to literally look in the mirror and be like, you are beautiful, you're worthy, you are important, you know, go out there, tiger, you know, whatever, and have my mantra in the morning, because I do struggle with confidence. So you saying that, like, oh, I've been through, that's okay. That's normal. We all, we've had conversations, and it's like, he's having a day that he's just like, man, like, I'm just not feeling myself today or whatever. That's normal. So don't
it's
think
the
that.
Process.
Yeah.
It literally is the process. And that's my point. Like, it's the project. Like, you are where you're supposed to be. The process is going to get you where you want to be. You just got to go through the process, and you're in the process. I'm still in the process.
True.
You know what I mean? Like, but you have to embrace the process.
Know that should be a sign or a flag to you that I'm on the right track.
Right.
Because at least you're aware and you're not in denial. You're aware of it. That's growth. So now you're like, now what the fuck do I need to do about it?
Yeah. No, it's been a development stage. I've been, I'm feeling like I'm just starting to get to the stage where I'm starting to mature and leave the adolescent thoughts in the past.
That's good.
My adolescent.
The key to staying on track is surrounding yourself with people that you aspire to be like. So whether it's something that's, knowledge based, whether it's an income bracket, you're like, I want to get to that point. You need to put yourself in room with people that are already there or are inspired to be there with you, are wanting that same path.
True.
And getting yourself out of those past circles. And I kind of know what you're talking about in some respect. I had this conversation with you that there were people if you saw Diana at 15, 16, you would not recognize me today. Because the people that I surrounded myself with, the type of mentality I had, it's so different from now. And I had to literally wake up one day and go, I don't want that life. Yeah. That life is not for me. I want that life. How do I get that life? And I had to literally leave a lot of people and a lot of crap behind in order for me to get through. And people are to this day, I look at them and I'll see sometimes I have family members that are still stuck in that lifestyle. And I'm like, how are you like 50, 60 years old and still in that lifestyle?
But you know what? I'm the same way. Like, and I think I was talking to you about it the other day when we was talking. Like, I grew up in the hood, right? And me and my sister, and she's from the hood, right? And she still lives in the hood, and that's her family. Like, literally, that is her family. And the one thing, when I was young, I noticed, and I hung around with her and her friends a lot, right? So I always hung out with older people. I noticed that wasn't the life for me, and they noticed too. And I actually just had a conversation with one of her friends that I ain't seen in like over 30 years, and I saw him a few months ago on my sister's birthday. And he told me, because he had told me something years ago, like over 30 years ago when I was a kid. He was like, he told me, he gave me some advice, and he said, Mike, you know why I told you that? Because I knew this wasn't for you. He was like, I was trying to get your mind right. And they did. Like, her friends really protected me. Like, they all protected me, and they all made sure that I didn't get in trouble and all that. And that's why to today, I still go over there and I hang out with them. Like I was telling you, I said, I don't forget the hood, because the hood made me, right? It made me who I am, you know. But I don't go out and hang out 24 hours a day with them. But I go over there every now and then. I say what's up to everybody, hang out, and then I bounce, because that's not the life for me. Yeah. But you're right. I was the same way. Like, at a young age, I left all that. I changed my environment.
Well, like having my kids young really saved my life, I think. I didn't really make changes until I started my business. That was my defining point, when I knew that with the type of business I wanted to go into, there was no way that the way I was going to do okay. So I knew I had to be better, want better, do better. And I always wanted it, but I never had something to push me until I had my business. Even with my kids, I didn't party, I didn't do nothing, but I was still in a different mentality. But that's the thing, is it's okay, that's amazing, but it's realizing what you don't want and never looking back.
True. And I done had to cut some people off too. Honestly, this is another reason for me being here. You guys are inspirational. You guys are the people who I would rather hang out with than go out here and hang out with some of these other people I could communicate with. Like, I got these individuals. I got the little gangbang homies. I got all the little cholos and all this stuff. They cool and everything. And I know their families, mamas, sons, kids, all of this. I know them, but at the same time, I do yearn for more. And that's where, you know, doing
but
things like this.
I think you've always been destined for that, because you talked about in school, you were ahead of your, like, I was so advanced in school that they put me up grades, which I think ended up hurting me because I didn't learn other skills. Yeah. But when you're in that, when you know that, you know you're destined for something better. And it's just, you know, we get stuck again along the ways, and we get stuck on the little cul-de-sacs here and there, but then you got to get right back on that road and keep moving and keep moving.
Yeah, I went the totally wrong route because I thought
you got detoured and got
lost. You know everything sitting in class. You don't have to listen to the teacher. It's you know, you lose sight of that when you get into this adult world, because the adult world and the stresses and the things that you're already still trying to heal from affect that. And
so, and friends come involved, and they make certain things look fun, and, you know, putting yourself in the wrong circles sometimes can get you stuck in places until you wake up and you're like, whoa. Yeah. Like, nope, this is not where I'm supposed to be.
Oh, yeah. But I mean, hey,
but you wouldn't be who you are without those.
No, true.
So you have to look at it from, like, a positive standpoint is, like, thank you. I thank God when I have a negative situation, even though it's sometimes hard. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, I owe me. But I'm like, what's the lesson? And we talked about this. Instead of looking at it like, oh, I failed, or oh, this sucks, or that, what's my lesson, you know, when something happens? And we talked about it with last podcast, you know, with your mom passing, your mom-in-law passing. The lesson was time isn't guaranteed. We're not promised time, and to learn from that. And so I think with you got to look at all those experiences you went through. What's my lesson? That's it. It's not like you're failed, or it's not like you know, messed up. No, this is a lesson, and take it and put it to the new journey that you're on.
True. True. We don't know whose life.
And you got to teach your son. Your son's looking at you. You're an example. And so him seeing you get knocked down and come right back up and pulling those shoelaces up, that's a great example. Yeah. You're not perfect, and that's okay. And you're teaching him that.
True, and I'm not going to stay on the floor neither.
No.
Oh, no, I don't have that in me.
So when you expect excellence from him and you tell him, all right, you fell, get back up, he can see you like, oh, well, my dad's a great example of that. Like, he's not asking me for something he didn't do.
Of course, I wouldn't want you to do anything that I'm not going to do. Of course, there's many things I would love for you to do and be successful in things in this world. But at the same time, I'm not going to require something from you that I can't necessarily give myself.
What is something that you would tell right now? Let's say a younger audience is watching and they're struggling, they're trying to find their way, and you're kind of either relative to that or you're just coming out of that mentality of like, what the fuck? What would you say to them to help them find a defining moment of what their path, how to find their path, or how to find themselves in that?
Don't give up. Nothing, it's never the end. If you're even thinking about it, it's not the end.
Yeah.
It's not the conclusion. It's not over.
Yeah.
This is a temporary situation, and it looks a temporary way, which will change.
Yep. That's
Keep going. Keep going. Don't stop. Work to where you want to be. That's the best advice I can give. That don't stop.
Nothing's permanent.
100%. I totally agree with that. I always say that.
Yeah.
I always say that. So what's because I want to talk about a little bit about the AV right now, because you're definitely a pillar and a leader in the AV, as far as like the nightlife and all that, and even this as a humanitarian. What can we change in the AV as far as like putting a spotlight on it?
What could we change?
Because, Diane and I always talk about community over competition, right? And we're always trying to get, small businesses and individuals like yourself to, like, come together. Let's build the AV, because there is a bad reputation when you say Lancaster, Palmdale, to, like, LA people, right? But there is so much to do out here. There really is. There's a lot of things to do out here. Like, I tell all my people in LA, like, I tell them where I'm at every Friday night with Johnathon. I was like, I have fun. Like, that's my spot. I'm there every Friday. And there's other things. Zelda's on Wednesdays. Zelda's on Thursdays. Like, 'cause they do jazz. I love jazz and cigars. But there's so much to do out here. No, it is. It's so much to do out here. But we're trying to build that up. So, like, what is your ideas? Like, what are some things that you think we should bring to the table and, like, do out here in the AV to, like, get it up?
You guys are doing it right this second. Networking, bringing those people together and speaking about those things in the community, and having community over competition. That's literally that engulfs that idea of what would help develop the Antelope Valley. We have a lot of competition, and we have, certain individuals who don't spread the love. Spread the love. So it would help if, everybody just linked together and played their part.
Right.
Like me, I have no problem with KJ Edgar. I love Edgar. He's saying he does a great job. He's over there at the other spot. Cindy, who does the other KJ thing, I have no problems with her. KJ Unicorn, Latifah, Bama.
I love Bama, though.
I love
Bama. And that's what I be saying.
It's crazy because I love these people,
right?
And I know they do the same thing I do, and it's kind of, I guess you could say it would be competition because they're.
But you know what? It's not, though.
I don't feel as though it's not.
It's not, because everybody, like I always say, everybody has their own gift, right? Yeah. Everybody has their own secret sauce. Yeah. Like, look, you're versatile. You do hip hop, R&B. You do Latin music, right? Latifah,
I heard you do country.
Yes.
Yeah, you do country as well. Latifah actually has a great fucking voice. Like, amazing. She knows how to sing. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Right? Bama, I love Bama because of his fucking energy, right? He just has just this energy about him. Like, he's fucking crazy. But everybody has their own little thing. That's why I said there's really no competition, because everybody has their own little thing.
Oh, yeah. I think it'd be cool to see you guys do like a KJ off, like a KJ competition, to see you guys kind of do some singing or some playing, whatever. You know how the DJs do that shit, where it's fun and friendly and healthy. It's not, and so people can see you guys come together and like, there is no.
But see, I see that at the. Remember when you told me something about a karaoke festival? That's a karaoke festival.
Which I'm still waiting on.
Where you have 3 different, like you, Bama, Latifah, some other people, and y'all just run that whole show.
There's quite a few KJs, so I mean, like, we can go down the list because I know most of them because I love karaoke. Right. So I'm not just come to me and I just do me. Like, no, I'll show up. I'll show up for other people, and I support. I tip. Make sure I have a good time. I love the energy.
Right. No, and this is a karaoke not crowd, but community.
Oh yeah, there's an actual group on Facebook. So.
Oh yeah, multiple.
Are you on Shmuel? Do you practice?
No, I don't. I don't do the small.
Tell him to. Shmuel. I don't know how to say it. Whatever. I get to practice. I love it. I try to get him on it.
They're not sponsoring us, so okay.
Well,
you didn't even ask. Maybe they want to. Jeez, let's leave that open for opportunity.
Okay.
There is opportunity. Hey, podcast has been holding down commercials.
We need sponsors.
Yeah, we need sponsors
all the time. And I think you guys would do a great job as a commercial. Thief and Barrel. Yeah, you did it.
They would.
No, Thief and Barrel, but Thief and Barrel, those are people. We love supporting our people. I mean, we don't have sponsorships right now, but we are, because we're working on that right now. But I'm constantly talking about Zeldas, constantly drinking Thief and Barrels. I support my
everyone
people.
That's really supported us. We truly try hard to give love and give community back. And right now, it might be one person hearing, but they're like, I never had Zeldas, or I never had Thief and Barrel. Like, what's this about? I have 2-for-1 tickets, by the way, so if you want to try a wine tasting, let me know. They're amazing, Barbara. But yeah, no, we really, the whole point of this, and which is why I think once I was a guest on his podcast, was how much community love it can really offer. Yeah. Because if you don't know what's happening, and I mentioned this before too, is if you don't know what's happening in the AV, you don't know.
Right.
There's no one place. You can't go to the city's website or the city's Instagram or, you know, anything without there's nothing. There's no organized app to say what do I do on a Wednesday in the Antelope Valley? What do I do on a Friday? What's there to do? And I think that's why we are trying so hard, and that's why I love how he's like, okay, what's going on in the AV? And I totally blanked on my birthday, but like to know what's happening right now. Where can you go find jazz and cigar night? Where can you go to karaoke? Where can you go do Latin dancing?
And those things are important for the community. It's important,
and so you don't have to go to LA every time. I mean, I love going out too, but sometimes I just want to stay in my area, in my little bubble, and I, you know, I have my places I go to, but it's nice to try new places for dinner. True. You know, Iron Cactus just opened up recently, like exactly the face I got right now.
I didn't.
That's at the airport out there on H or G.
I don't even know about it.
So, and it's like third room bar place. They're actually the owners of them. Same place. If you've been at their place, I'm not sure if you've been there, but it's another nice place to go to. There's so many restaurants out here, and how do people find out?
Right. No, you're right.
You know?
And we're gonna showcase more of the community, all these restaurants on Socialholic TV, on IG, and on this podcast, because that's our goal, that's our mission, because we really want to bring up the community, and you know, because I'm not from out here, but it's my community now. I live out here, so that's what we're striving hard to do.
That's why cocktails and convo and coffee and convo has been so important and so influential, is because we go to different places. So like for coffee, obviously it's more of a daytime thing, and it's like at coffee shops or at some businesses are open. The cocktails is the fun one. You know, alcohol's involved. Everybody wants to come to that. But we also showcase different businesses, especially restaurants. And you don't know who's coming, and they've never been to Zelda's. Like our next one is this coming Thursday at Zelda's. We've had it at Rio. We've had it. We're trying to do it at the DoubleTree in Hilton in Palmdale, where they have a bar. Does anybody know that? They have happy hour. Their space is amazing. If you want to have an event there, they have a huge ballroom. Nobody knows.
No one knows.
You know, we're
I
having
went to the DoubleTree. It's very nice.
Yeah, and we're having our next one in November at the AV Country Club. There's all these places that people may know of, but they don't know of. They've never been there and experienced it in person.
And they go down the hill, try to experience these things when all of these things really could be experienced
right here,
locally.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
So, but anyways, we're running out of time, you guys. But want to thank you, Johnathon.
I appreciate you having me on the show.
We appreciate you, man. We appreciate you. Everything that you do for the community. Everything you do for the karaoke community, because you know that's our shit.
That's our jam.
Yeah, we love our karaoke. And you cannot go nowhere because we need our karaoke.
You're not moving, but you have to discuss with us first.
Oh yeah, no. If I do move anywhere, it's probably going to be locally. So I'm gonna stick with people who you guys are familiar with, and we're all, like I said, we're a community. I'm not in competition with anyone. I'm willing to work with people, and I support as well.
Awesome.
I appreciate you guys.
Thank
you guys
you.
are awesome.
Thank you.
Well, we are about to get in the elevator. We heading it down to the lobby, you guys. Oh, and we got to talk, because he's looking for another venue, and he already reached out to Rio, and I told him that we in with Rio. Shout out to Rio and Andreas. So, Andreas, we about to bring
plane right now to Columbia. So.
That's all right, but Andreas, we about to bring you the best KJ in the Antelope Valley. So when you get back, you got to answer some phone calls and emails. But we are out of here, you guys. It is Diana's birthday weekend. We about to go turn it up. It's Friday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Diana. I truly appreciate you, and I wish you all the best.
I love my birthday.
I know you do.
Man, 21.
I know. Again.
All I asked is for a sip of that, because I ain't had that yet. So
You had it.
Oh, yeah, I did have it. But I didn't. Whatever. I still want some more. All right, y'all. We are out of here. Thanks again, brother, man. I love you, man. I appreciate you. Wow.
Thank you, Jonathan.
It's no problem. You guys are awesome. I appreciate you. Thank you.
All right. We out of here, you guys.
Peace.
Everyone has a unique gift, and Mike and Diana, host of the One Life podcast, believe that most people don't know how to use their gifts or what they are. Mike and Diana want you to see things from a different perspective and be true to yourself. The One Life podcast unites the world through art, fashion, music, and film. It inspires, motivates, and creates positive energy, love, and compassion to all communities and creates an equal playing field for all. On the One Life podcast, they cover topics like building relationships, overcoming adversity, habits of healthy people, and much, much more. We only have one life to live. Be yourself and live your truth. Add the One Life podcast to your playlist. That's the number 1NELife. Available on Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Podcast, and your favorite podcast platform.